Who's Josh Julet? That's what I'd like to spend the next few minutes telling you guys about where I come from, where I'm at now, and where I plan to be in the future. So to start, I was born in Detroit, Michigan in a middle-class family. My parents always worked hard, and I feel like I picked up that trait. Started working at the age of 13 years old in my uncle's hardware store. My main goal of working there was to have a down payment on the car by the time I was 16. So what 16-year-old doesn't want their own car, right? So I worked hard for about 2 summers and 2 years of school, which was a tough thing for a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid to do. Go to school, play sports, have time with their friends, and also have a job. So it was tough. None of my friends really had to deal with it, so it was tough to kind of deal with them and talk to them about how I have a job and I have responsibility now. What kind of 13-year-old kid does that? So that was tough. But after working there for a couple years, I realized it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So I worked there, and I moved on to a grocery store where a couple more of my friends worked. It was closer to home, it was closer to school, and I could work with my friends, which I thought was pretty cool. So while I worked there, I still had my own car, I was still going to school, and it was just a whole lot to deal with as a kid. So I decided I didn't want to go to school anymore. I didn't really want a job that wasn't as much fun as I thought it would be when I signed up for it. So I joined the military. I was 17 years old when I joined the military, so my parents had to sign the contract. I left the summer right as I was turning 18, so I didn't really have to, spend time with my friends for my 18th birthday or go do anything crazy like they all got to do, which is kind of a big sacrifice for a 17-year-old kid. Something I've learned to deal with through my military career was dealing with those sacrifices, not for yourself, but for your country. So I've dealt with that, and while I joined for the imagery analyst career field. So it's an intel career field, and you go through training in Goodfellow Air Force Base. I was there for about 7 or 8 months. I was away from home. I was just barely 18 years old, and it was a whole new world for me. It was a lot to deal with for a kid. I was there, and while I was going through training, I met all sorts of people, good friends that I still keep in contact with now, but I was one of 2 people that got selected to go to Creech Air Force Base, Nevada, for my follow-on base after training. No one else knew about Creech Air Force Base. They didn't know what the job was like out there, or what I was going to be doing, so I kind of had to pick it up on my own. While I was at Creech, I went through training to be a sensor operator on the NQ-1B, which is my current job now. I was going through training there with my other friend who went through Goodfellow with me, so we both had to deal with the same type of stuff, not knowing what was really going on or what was going to come in the future, as sensor operator wasn't a job at that time. So once sensor operator job opened up, I was one of the first people selected to be in that new career field, which was the sensor operator, which is now 128% manned, coming from the 35% that it was when I went through. So I've seen the career field really grow from the ground up. So currently, I'm at Holloman Air Force Base, Nevada, where I've been for about 2 years. My job here is an instructor sensor operator. So all the people who went through training just like I did 3 years ago have to listen to me so I can teach them how to do their job, basically. It's a tough thing being 23 years old like I am now and telling people who've been in the Air Force for 17, 18 years that I know more than them. It's a tough thing to deal with, and it really kind of makes you an adult and more humble on the things that you actually know. So right now, my job is an instructor sensor operator, and I'm also in charge of 80 airmen. We have casual airmen who are coming through. They just finished at Randolph Air Force Base through basic sensor operator course, and now they're waiting to go through class. So I'm in charge of 80 to 85 airmen who are just brand new to the Air Force, don't have any mentors, don't really know what's going on, and it's pretty awesome for me that I get to mentor them and kind of mold them into being the airmen and the United States air crew member that they need to be. So it's pretty awesome. I've always had good people skills. I feel like that's part of the reason I got selected in the job I'm at now. I take good pride in the job I'm at now, and I love to have a good time. I like to go to work and joke around, smile all the time, and just really make work more fun place to be. So really, having work be fun, I wanted to look at what's fun for me. So I love going out, I love meeting new people, I love having a few drinks, stuff like that. Love loud music, all that kind of stuff. So I really want to open my own bar. To get there, I need to retire first. So I've got about 16 years left before I can retire from the Air Force, but I plan to meet enough people and have enough networking contacts that I'll be able to set that up in the future and have people come out and support me in what I want to do, which is really be an entrepreneur. So this is a good step for me and having a bunch of close friends, being in charge of 80 people, seeing all the new sensor operators that come through to be qualified in the aircraft, things like that. So the main reason I'm taking this course is so that I can take my entrepreneurial skills to the next level on networking and talking to people and really being in front of a crowd and knowing what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. That's really the sign of a good leader, right? Anyone who can stand in front of hundreds of people and tell a good speech and keep everyone involved for that entire hour, hour and a half that you need to be up there. That's my main goal for this course, and I hope that I learned something about myself and how to better public speak in front of a big group of people. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you for watching.